Let's see. Live, hopefully. All cooperates. Let me shut all this off. So how is everyone? Metaphysical Mama. If we're going to get technical with the names, and if it's your first time being here, how are you? So welcome to my channel. Welcome to my little sliver of the earth here, or the galaxy here, wherever you're coming from, and here I am. So it's 6:33 in the place to be. So hopefully this is going to work for me. I hope my mic is gonna cooperate. And how's everybody been feeling with these crazy intense energies? Right? Talk about feeling like death. My body feels like way too much energy that's been shoved into a can or something. Like, if I could feel like my I know I have a very high, like, so my energy on its own can be very, loud or big. I got Aquarian moon and Sag rising and Taurus sun, cusp of Gemini. So my energy is like, conflicting, I'll say, with itself. It's definitely its own balancing system. And but I'm aware of, the intensity of how it's been, like, the best I can say is I feel like, I keep thinking, I joke with my friend, with Joe, I'm like, I feel like, remember from Men in Black, the freaking guy when he's like the cockroach guy, which, ew, but he's like all big and he's like, oh, he's all stuck in that. He squished himself into that little body, the meat sack suit. Well, yeah, that's how I'm feeling. Totally like the cockroach man from Men in Black. Like, oh, my back is killing me. And I don't usually complain so much about, like, but this, I've had this before, so this is occurring for me. And I'm going to go into this metaphysically. But so my worst sensitive spot is my, like, scapula, the whole, and it's like the whole thing down into the pressure point of your armpit here. It's traveling like down my arm. It comes from the neck. Generally, any pain that we have in our back or in our body, period, is due to a manifestation, or, like, my body's pretty clear. It's like we gotta keep doing it. Like, you gotta keep shower, keep clear. So I'm usually pretty aware, like, if I'm feeling something, it's like the energy letting me know kind of what's happening. I use my body as the vessel to tune in to the collective on many levels, and myself. I'm experiencing it obviously as an individual personally, and then it helps me to tap into, say, my different rays of, different channels, right? It's like, you may listen to the same radio station every day going to work, and, you flick the channels, right? So we all have different channels that we all are, tuning into. I'll say, whether you want to say extraterrestrial or angel radio, kind of. And, that might be a good way to start perceiving, archon energy, or Anunnaki, or Draconian, or Saturn, Uranian, moon, because that's kind of like where the show's coming from. If if anybody's been on anything in stage, it's like, there's, you have the producer and the, the stage crew and the lighting and all those things. And all those people, it takes everyone to make the show work, right? The stage crew, people that are going to decorate and create the things to put on the stage for the stage crew to even put on there, right? We need the creators, the one that writes the stories and the ones that make the art for others to then perform and have the background setting to do it in, right? So it's like when we start breaking things down into their many levels of functioning and operation, that's real important. So it's like whatever's coming to us individually as, because that's law of attraction. We all have different things coming to us, or different, I'll say piles of shit, right, that we're dealing with or getting flung at us, or, different bags, right, of our own karma, ancestral karma, say stories, kind of, the collective themes that's the world. The world is the feelings and the thoughts of everybody. It's all the mishmash of like, so like when it's, right, your turn or my turn or our turn, we got big waves that, certain, say rays, we'll say colors, right, vibrations, frequencies, however we want to call ourselves. I'm going to say too, please, let's try to start like, oh yes, we counting, everything's important, but we don't want to get rid of anything we've had before, as far as like, rather than shitty behavior, best we can, harmful behavior to ourselves and others. Other than that, it's like, we don't want to keep attacking one another and certain, right, whether I say dimensions, sectors, realms, labels of things, places, right, nouns, people, places, or things. To feel such a charge and like, oh, well, if they and these people and blah, 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 you're holding on to, when we're behaving in that manner, when we're ready, holding on to a belief, okay, which the word, let me my chalkboard, belief, right? BELIE. There's a lie. A lie lies within all beliefs. So just like all, lies have to be mixed with partial truth. Otherwise, they would not be believable or even given the time of day, night, attention, or anything, etc. Right? So the evil ones are not so smart. They're just storytellers. You know? And at that, they're scared storytellers. They're really not that confident inside themselves because they have to live off of made up stories and keep telling people fibs in order to get attention, to keep people around. But that's not working anymore. So we don't want to be like so mean to them, because you know what? Not for nothing, they're also good storytellers. So it's like, wait, we want to find, that's where we find the silver lining or the nugget of gold within the darkness. Because even though people can be shitty, or people can be, and this can go right on any level that we're, you know, thinking of. But when that occurs, it's like, think of, right, like people that are, right, I can use our station as an example, because one and the same, right? And let's say we all play that part too, because we all love to give gifts, or we all, you know, being human is, you know, like I've been a chef, I'm a mom, bartender. I don't always remember people's names, personal trainer. I love helping people though, or serving people. I love being able to give someone a good meal, or my family's been so good, you know, with my experimental meals at times as well. Some very unedible. So, you know, but we feel good when we can give someone something that they like. You know, when someone used to walk into one of the bars I work, and I would be, you know, have their drink ready, like, hey, what's up, da 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 da, because a bartender is also like a psychologist or psychiatrist. You know, we're there to talk. And you know, I've grown up with food my whole life. My grandparents owned a restaurant, just a little restaurant, like a family business. It was called the Drummer Boy, and I loved it. And it was in Vermont, in Wilmington, Vermont. And that's where my parents met. Well, so that's, you know, where I was conceived of, Vermont baby. And so I grew up in that kitchen, you know, watching Three Stooges, and with my uncles. My dad has 3 brothers, one who's passed, Uncle Roger, whom, you know, passed me, like, but how the connection is, I don't know what's happening with all that. I don't want to get too sidetracked here, but so bless, friggin' so much love to my whole family. I'm gonna shout out my whole Spica family. And you know, that was real important to me. You know, home is where the heart is, and the kitchen is always the heart of the home. And everyone gathers in the kitchen. That's where all the love is. And that's always stayed with me. And so throughout my life, you know, I've always been attracted with food and herbs and what have you. And then I went to culinary school. And I've dabbled with quite a lot of, you know, culinary adventures, and healing. So, you know, there's never ending knowledge and playtime with food. And again, it's the way that we can heal, help, and share with one another. And it doesn't cost money, you know, it's like we can grow, we get together. It's like, you know, the big potluck. That's kind of, I guess, where I'm getting at with this, right? It's like the big potluck dinner we're all having. Right? And so, like in the Bible, we know by the fruit that is bared, you know, by one another's fruit. So it doesn't mean like I have to necessarily come, like, bring you something physically to give you in your hand in order to be accepted, that I've given my part as a gift or contributed my contribution to. Because when others are looking to see what you've given, are they doing their job? It's like, yo, not only are you wasting your time trying to be so worried about me and spying on what I'm doing, but you're taking time away from yourself, learning who you are, and being a gatherer to bring your harvest forward. That's like the whole metaphor of the salmon swimming upstream too. The salmon can make it, but if you're going against a magnet, you can go as hard as you want, but you're not. It's like you're on a stationary bike, yo. Well, you on a treadmill. You're not making it any farther. You think you are, but right, you're not. You're not going anywhere. You're just wasting steam, gas, like a train, right? And the train tracks, oh, I'm getting all metaphysical now. Train tracks wrapped around the earth, the iron rods that are suffocating, or not suffocating, but had to say hold earth down. You needed iron to hold earth down because otherwise earth levitates. So things needed to be done for a certain amount of time until things were realigned so that there's a balanced system. Because that's the whole, we can get into that word too, right? System, think checking and balancing system. If anybody's, right, which I don't have one of those anymore, all them, but no bank account. I don't have anything in my name anymore, really. Not that on paper, except for, I do have a little court case going on because I'm dealing with, same as a lot of others are doing, and I'm not saying it to be derogatory or be bash, but people that cry wolf or use authorities or others, again, storytellers. So when people feel hurt or have an expectation or want something that does not, right, say, well, nothing belongs to us. So when someone is only banking on, because they have an idea, right, that's how we're going to constantly get disappointed. And it's very tricky to come out of the, you're supposed to get it, know what you want, work for it. And we did do all that. And yes, that's important to have that drive and that know, right? That knowing. But half the time, I mean, we've all switched jobs or people, I haven't gotten married like that, but I think a lot of others, right? People get married till death do you part, all that promises stuff. We can't possibly promise people what we aren't aware of. So that's why it's so important to slow down, to become more aware of the contracts that we bind ourselves into verbally so quickly, mentally, emotionally, and then physically, or on paper. It's okay to say no, or I don't know. and not feel bad and not feel, stupid or whatever, because if we don't have an answer, or we can't give someone an answer, or maybe we just can't, we can feel really bad and guilty because we can't be there. People are used to us saying yes all the time. Yes, or right? Are we a yes or yes, ma'am? Most empaths, we have, or like women, or, or just people that are, again, passive, but empath, it's like, hey, what's wrong? Everything all right? Fine. We'll hold things in, and we don't necessarily allow others to help us, because sometimes, that's a big thing, feeling deserving. Do you feel deserving of love? And that's a tricky one. I love but it's very hard for me to verbalize. I think, especially if we're like me, I'll say like warrior type, so that we're really, and mom, right? As parents, it's like, oh, I got it. We again, right? I'll use the word sacrifice. We don't even, it's not like, oh, I sacrifice. It's like yoga. We sacrifice. Doesn't matter what, right? I want, or what in a lot of situations, it's like others come first. So once we've lived, say, that code for a long time, it's very difficult to, say somebody's, again, what do you like? What's what I want everyone to please practice. King of Swords, cut out what no longer serves us. And that's by allowing, when we get hit by a wave, that's labor, birthing pains. We're getting hit by an emotional wave. Everything's water. So, and when that wave hits, how are we handling, what arises within our vessel? Or we're around others, and they're, we can't always control the environment we're in. So, never can. And they can come on at any time, right? It's like, I guess we can relate it to a hot flash, or a, right, cramps, or, so when we have pains, those are labor pains coming up in our body, then we start to have what? A storm, scattered thoughts, right? Hitting us like lightning, or they can zap us, right? So that's when it's like, right, go inside, in, and allow the storm to pass, the waves to come down. Because otherwise we're walking around and we're a rocking ship, and we're, essentially a walking nuclear atomic atom bomb. And the word man is male or female. Man. I'm a man, being that I'm a walking hue man. The hues of man, the colors of man. Before man was the Jinn, Djinn. So the hue Jinn is the, say, ghost spirits. They say that's, again, that's who's mad at the humans, or they can say that's fallen angels, or archons, or that could be your draconian, you know, Alpha Centauri and Pleiadian, etc. Because they're, you know, not Pleiadian human. Well, first, I'll get into that. I'm not gonna go all crazy with that right now. But, you know, there's many different star systems, and, you know, each of us is mixed up with different elementals, different things in our cup, in our grail. You know, like what's in your mug? I want to start making clothing and stuff. I have so many ideas. I need, we just all got to get together somehow. I need a food truck. I need a clothing. I just want to make like t-shirts and mugs and stuff. And like, I want to have like festivals and start getting people together to do like music and art. And, you know, where is it we're allowed to do it? Are we allowed to do it anywhere without a permit now? Since this land is your land and this land is my land. From California to the New York Island. How did people start owning a living, breathing spaceship? I don't know. Vessel, land. It's so funny to me that man started claiming all the stuff that they're walking on. And so you could borrow. It's like getting married, right? I keep getting that in my head. Anybody? Something borrowed, something blue. How's it go? Something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. Something like that. So yeah. Borrowed time. A lot around borrowed time right now. So anyway, the soulmate card, a VR to Viking preparedness that just popped up on my screen. That's funny. So yeah, I was saying, I don't know if I saw it in this video or the last one, but I'm supposed to go on a fishing trip, on a tuna fishing trip coming up in September. So it's like 3-day trip. So it's like 2 nights out on the water. So I'm really excited though. I'm excited. Well, I'm nervous. I don't have to be having anybody try to ask me to walk no plank or anything. I'm just kidding. I'll cannonball right in. But anyhow, so I'm jumping all over. Why was I think? Oh, because the Viking thing came up on there. Sorry. Yeah, Montauk Viking. Yo, that picture too that I put on the thumbnail. I took that picture. Oh, I got crazy pictures of the moon. I'm not so great with the whole social media sharing thing. So, but I got it. You know, I'm sure some of you guys, I have some really cool pictures that are, I don't know, unexplainable. I'll find out how to post them up there. Of the moon and Jupiter. When I was out there, I took mad crazy pictures, and a lot of them, they're so close up. I got a new camera, and it's not mine specifically, personally, but anyhow. But it's my friend Joe. We bought it for him to have a camera. Well, for both of us to use anyway. Anyway, we got a camera. And it's a Canon, and it's, this camera. Which one is it? The pictures I got of the moon are so SX530 HS power shot. This camera is really good for like a little over 200, I think, price wise. But Yeah, I got crater pictures, and then the moon was like dancing. And I took a couple little shroomy caps while I was there, and so I was like sitting outside, and it was like full moon. It was the night before that last full moon, and so I was like, I'm just gonna get in touch with nature while I'm out here, and we're like at the water. So I was like, cool. I took my little shrooms and I laid down, and then when I woke up, they had illuminated, and then I went outside and took the camera with me and sat in this chair for like I don't know how long, a long time, and taking pictures of the moon. And because I had the little shrooms, it was like all these colors were it was like the moon started jumping and like dancing, and it was like I was like giggling and like, oh my god, like and then all these colors like blue and red. I have to post them because they literally came out on the pictures, and somehow I gotta figure that out. See, I don't know how to do that, to share my pics with you guys at all. Anyhow, see, I need help with all that kind of stuff. I don't really have the navigation. I'll get there eventually, but yeah, I could use help, assistance with that kind of stuff. But yeah, the pictures are like of the like I got real good close-ups of the craters, the dark side. You could see all beautiful close-ups of it, like and then it would go like into this glowing form and like dance, and it was like if I was chasing it, and then these red and blue lights had come up in between, and then there's like this red glowing behind it, crazy shit. And it was not just because of the shrooms, so because I got it on camera, so I was like, oh my goodness, like I don't. And the sky was so clear, black, just black sky, so there was no clouds. And then like as that was happening, when I was like, I'm gonna say dancing with the moon, it was like this mist came from the water, and it and you could see it, and it was like, and that like came in and attached into the moon area, so it was like all this stuff came in. It was just really I'm happy I'm being able to share all this with whoever is entertaining my entertainment. But yo, it was the fucking coolest shit. One of the coolest shit. One of ever. It was really, really neat. I'm gonna see if I have the ability to show y'all. Let's see. And I went to Dave Matthews concert last week, which fucking love Dave Matthews. So grateful for that. I needed a show. And these are let's see if you guys can see that. That's not mine. No, you can't. Don't work. Come on. Those are my little stars, my babies. My middle daughter just graduated freaking high school. My oldest is 22, and my youngest just graduated elementary school. So I guess I don't know, because that didn't work. How am I going to show you the moon if I couldn't show you my daughters? Oh, I got this really other cool picture too, that it's of like a parasailer, and I got 3 of them that I had taken, but one of them, there's a shadow that's above the parasailer. It's weird. So it's like, how the fuck the shadow appear above it? Gosh, I wish I could. It's like I'm so teasing you. I don't know how to show you. Anywho, so I have these really cool pics of the moon. Anybody that can help me learn how to do all this stuff, or that would like to pay for a video program for me to have so I could do it more easily on here, I think that might be what I have to do. But anyhow, yeah, the moon's like got this red glow behind it. Very, very, you could like see, so you could see it like shift from like it's, I'm going to say like almost the shell state to the, when it would get hummed on. Like, I don't know. Anyhow. So let's do a little card pulling. Which cards do I want to use? I just popped in half and got the Ace of Swords here. So King of Swords and Ace of Swords, lots of cutting. I'll say just removing, letting go of anything, which really too, you know, the secret to that is right, it's principalities, not people. So try to please remember that each of us is carrying, right, or a carrier of a disease, if we want to call it like that. Each of us is a carrier of different, we all carry different, are able to absorb and carry with us different negative energies. So it's not the person we want to attack. We want to help one another get through those moments of anguish, sadness, or leave one another alone. You know, a good parent knows we got to let our kids have their little temper tantrum, even though we told them they can't do something. If we just say yes all the time and keep giving them what they want because they're screaming and crying, then what's going to happen? You're going to have an uncontrollable child that walks around stomping their feet. And, you know, there's an old ritual. What was I listening to? And it's, you know, it's like there's a ritual of, you know, a mother letting their children go at a certain age to be with the father, and the father is kind of like mean, or, you know, very authoritative, and it's for growth purposes. And there's studies done too that, you know, if a child is never left home or been over sheltered or right installed false fear and, you know, oh, don't do that, all these extra worry, right? If you can't live, if you're going to live in fear, because then you're not going to know when to protect yourself or how to navigate when there really is a situation that you need to, right, stand up and be quick thinking and reactive without thinking, really, you know. So we have to be careful because, like, you know, our love can get in the way of our good thinking, you know, because we all want to protect one another, our family. 7-Eleven. But as a parent too, we can, to our own detriment or our child's detriment, be too overprotective or, right, lie. How many kids tell their kids that they're Santa? Which there is. But, right, we tell little fibs here and there. We don't tell the real thing, or we've, you know, and everybody different. How many things do we, you know, pretend isn't real, or you know, no, that's not true, or, and we could do that with our kids or with our friends or with ourselves. So those are the things. It's the words. That's what I was going to say before. The key is allowance. The principalities, not people. It's the energies that we're allowing to enter and coast, and then release or let go, let pass away. You know, the word release, like catch and release fish, right? Or I'm going to release an apartment, I'm going to So you want to be careful too of saying like the words release, because then it can come back. It's going to come back to you. This is like the technical black magic bullshit, mumbo jumbo, because it's either, you know, it's words that are used to make us fear. So words that repeat in our heads, or that give us or that make us feel like that there's going to be lack, not enough, or we're going to lose something or someone that we love, or someone else is going to take it, or, you know, or we can be too scared to go get it. You know, I'm guilty too of that. You know, I'm not great at putting my face on here a lot, or, you know, I get nervous every time before I come on. And then once I start talking, I'm fine. And it's like, and then I put the video on and then I forget it's even out there, right? So it's like, once it's out there, who cares? I'm like, oh, it's out there. Who cares? Whatever. 10 of Cups. I was hiding on the bottom before you saw me shuffling, and it still wanted to make its way. I love this deck. This is my mythic. What is it? Mythic Tarot. Let's read it. Let's read it. And we got the King of Cups. Holy emotion, right? Yo, I cried yesterday. And then it poured here yesterday, too. It was all sunny. And then and then the storm came, and then it stopped again. What am I doing? All right, so 10 of Cups. I love this book, too, because it kind of tells like these stories. So I'd like to read it just to see what because it totally wanted to make itself. It wanted to come out. Where are you? Cuppers. 10 of Cups. Okay. Let's see. Bear with me a sec. I want to get my little drink because I'm a little parched before I start reading. Oh, my nose itches. Where's my that's what I want. Where my little cup go? I do apologize. I got a little pretty bottle of infused water. See, can you see? I put raspberries, blackberries, and a little kiwi, and a little lime up in there. I was gonna add some ginger. I should have. I think I could use the ginger. Ginger is really good for us, for you, for me, and maybe not for everybody, but ginger is good for, psychic attacks, for your stomach, for the intestinal tract. It's a metabolic, so it helps. I got a little extra igniter, like a little extra match. All right, so let's say, 10 of Cups, and then maybe I'll do a little solar eclipse meditation type thing, just and you do it any time, not just solar eclipse, but just a little. I'll do a little something to hopefully maybe give some tools. So let's see, 10 of Cups. The card of the 10 of Cups portrays the raising of psyche. Here, let's see. Which is the subconscious. The raising of psyche to divine status so that she may enter the world of the gods with her husband. The couple stands, I'm gonna cry, once again in Eros' beautiful palace, hands linked. Psyche no longer wears her virginal white gown. She is clothed now in shimmering gold, and on her shoulders, like her husband, bears a pair of golden wings. Oh yeah, I keep my shoulders killing me. Before them stand 10 golden cups. Ugh, so my nose is itching. What's that about? Somebody want to fight? Just kidding. My goodness. Okay, so the 10 of Cups represents a state of permanence and ongoing contentment. The ecstasy of the reunion of the lovers in the 9 of Cups has not dissipated, unlike the celebration of the 3 into discontent of the 4. For this marriage is built upon a conscious union of 2 loving but separate partners. Now I'm going to get into that just a tad second little there bit, because now twin flame is the other part of you. It's like fractal. Still whole person, still whole. But you share an internal bond with that other being. Now your divine partner, like Osiris, Isis, or Psyche, Eros, etc., that is, like they just said, and here, 2 loving but separate partners. Union of 2 loving but separate partners. So it's the whole divine masculine, feminine as a whole, not all mixed up in the say twin karmic catapulting to wake you up energy. Because twin flame binary star system, it's like the other half of you, so we want our twin to, so when people get so upset about a twin flame not coming back, it's so tricky. And some can be together like such, but most it's to wake up, it's to get woken. If they didn't do that to you, you wouldn't have gotten woken. And it's to share love. You want to see them have a good life and have good. This is all about spiritual growth. So we fractaled in order to get whole and live all this abundance. So there's not, to say, oh, I'm supposed to be, no, you're turning it into a 3D, nuclear holocaust of put the man in the box. That's Adam and Eve. That's the sin. We don't shove each other into situations and scenarios to be stuck and perform a 3-legged permanent fucking race. That's just, sorry, I'm going to say fucking stupid. Excuse my swearing. Yo, it's like the whole goal is to learn how to be independent, right? Get off the mama's tit. Yeah. Sorry I'm being so vulgar or abrupt, but it's like, because to gain the greatest love of all, one has to be balanced and be able to love oneself wholly and not cling to another to fill the void of self. Because then that's an addiction, and then you're using someone else as your drug or your scapegoat or your ends all meets all. Or again, that's idolatry. whether that's your lover, a parent, a governmental figure, a principal, a god, right? A singer. Oh, they're great. Oh, they shouldn't have came out with that song. Now she should have did it, right? Or the Democrats, blah, 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 and the Republicans, right? Everybody's fighting over who's got a what. That's what makes no sense to me. That means people just want to argue for the sake of being part of, because everybody wants to belong. So that's the same as joining a gang. So all these adults that talk shit, and we see all these crazy things happening with, you know, Herman and I are just watching that again about that kid Junior that got stabbed in the neck by little gang fucking fuckbusters that want to be little freaking fucks, right? That want to act like, but that initiated you to what? Well, it initiated you to hell, little boys, right? You want to be big boys and stab a little boy in his neck in a bodega. That I don't care what the reason, and there's no reason. And now that poor boy's mother has to wake up without her child every day and night and have that thought because you all want to be little fucking monkey boys. Little fucks. Disgusting. Anyhow, so, you know, when people want to behave in that manner, are they really tough? No. They're extreme fucking pussies. I'm sorry, but you have no... When you put your hands on someone else and go harm someone else, or in any manner harm any other one of set, ready? God's children, an animal, a being of any kind, any freaking living vibration, you feel better because you harmed them? Yo, I'm going to say it real straight and clear. You about to get a God smack. Because this ain't no joke. You know, King James joking, ha 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 ha, pulling and guessing under which hat the fucking nuts under. No, your ground's about to shake and your foundation's about to quake and crack and fall down, Jack. Sorry. I'm so I'm so tolerant, right, of and again, everybody makes different. This is the thing with free will. People, you got free will, so you have that decision. You can't blame others for the decisions that you decided to still go along with after they felt not right. You decided to go against the grain, keep going, go. And then you want to be like, no, I didn't do it. Well, that's fine, but we see who has their hands behind their back or who hid something in another. You ain't as invisible as you think, you know? Or invincible. Because that's that cocky ego, carnal mind, which again, you know, that's just like a younger soul. Or again, you know, ones that, you know, they get the name Archon, or, you know, and not all Archons are bad. Just like, so it's like the labels. It's just like, no, just a piece of shit's a piece of shit. Right? And so we don't have to, you know, it's like when I walk into a public bathroom and there's this stall and it's dirty, I just pick a different one. Or I'll walk out. I just want, like, if it's that gross, I'd like, yo, Most of the time, it's like we could figure it out, but it's like if I have to wait, then I wait. And then that's it. It's like, no, I don't need to eat that shit. I'm not going to eat shit. I don't need to eat your poison. So when we eat shit or eat poison, then that's when we start behaving like animals. In that sense that then we're, and so we've all had our different experiences as well there, because, nowhere am I near anywhere near, freaking all that word perfect, there's no such thing. And I enjoy being messy and making mistakes and, but I do not enjoy if I've hurt somebody else. I don't like how that feels at all. But if I've done it out of accident, not on purpose, I'm going to feel that and own it and then let it go. And then how dare others that want to poke at us and be, oh, remember you did, that's like, why would you reopen a wound that's already? So again, just be careful who's saying what and what their intention are, because an intention carries 9/10 of the weight of anything that gets put out of anyone. And you don't have to catch every ball that gets thrown at you. This is where we're starting to give ourselves allowance to take care of ourselves, so that we don't make bad decisions like those kids did to that poor other kid. Because they're all kids that I'm calling little fucks. And all the adults are kids too. So again, I'm going to even go there, because there's lots of 60-year-olds, 70-year-olds, 50-year-olds I know that, need lots of tuning up. But we also, all of us do. It helps if we all come from a more understanding place and try to relate to a feeling or relate on some level, rather than judging and holding on to a belief that is going to, because really all beliefs are going to hinder you. Too much of a belief, when people, a religion that's something to hang on to in order to get to know, they're all we're building blocks, right? So not that bad, but use it as a building block, not as an attachment, like a zip file. You don't want to attach it to yourself as who you are and what you're like. Be careful what you're standing up and fighting for. What are you fighting for precisely? That's where it's like, I got just heated. I just got talking about that, because I don't really necessarily love to even like watch any of those things, but I have to, I have to see, so that I'm not ignorant to what is happening in this world around us. So when something gets brought to my attention and I'm in alignment, right? Like, even if I don't want to, I have to take a look at that, which is one of them. That was one of them. And that shit hurts. Like, I have kids. I'm a mother. I've been a nursery school teacher. I've been around children my whole life. Just anyhow, I look at all of us are children. We're always the child and the parent at the same time. We're always the student and the teacher at the same time. Always. The more we learn to be neutral and not call ourselves so many things or think so many things about ourselves and others, it's like, oh, am I using those words to like hold on to an attachment? It's like a zip line. It's like I'm holding on to this. Like, we gotta be more cautious of that as a race, as a race of all, the race of all, because that's what we all are. We're all mixed up, you know. Like this fruit fusion. Everybody's all mixed up in the water, infused. You know, and too, like all the statistic things and what have you. Let's not forget. Let's not all try to. That's something else too. We can get really upset of, you know. I was watching. I love them. What's it called? Is it Ryan and Alexander? Is it Unite the Collective? Their channel, Unite the Collective. I think they're so great. You guys go watch them. Please watch them. They make me laugh, and they are bringing it. And they're just so much fun. Like, I want to sit on the porch with Alexander and Ryan really badly. I think they're over in Canada. I'm in the States of America over here in Connecticut. Cut. We're cutting for the not full moon, the eclipse. Cutting in Connecticut. Cutties. Connect. Remember Connect 4? And I used to love Connect the Dots when I was little. Anybody? Oh. Also, oh yeah, frontal leaves. Anybody remember these things? I like. Well, I've been practicing with them. They're not as. They don't always stay rolled for me very well. Anyhow, you roll marijuana in there. So I can, like, if everybody just knows. I just want me to show you. I show you. It's like I like my channel to just kind of be a mishmash of just, you know, whatever. It's like on the fly, as raw as it gets. Not no naked shit, but raw, naked raw, meaning el natural, like this big tobacco leaf. I'm not cool as shit. I love these things. Right? Mini style. Covering ourselves with leaves. Oh, what's the big gig in the sky? I think it's a big blunt. That big cigar-shaped thing floating around out there. I think that's I would like to smoke that, please. Bring it here and let's light it up. Anyhow, the frontal leaf. Fronta. Fanta soda. Anyway, okay, now I'm getting silly. So let me finish reading the Ten of Cups here. I got a little sidetracked. So that all got, I guess, sidetracked going into the separate beings, right? So that's like, yeah, the divine masculine and divine feminine, and that's what we're connecting, because everyone has feminine and masculine energy. You know, our masculine energy is our intellect, getting from A to B, figuring things out, what we got to do, right? The day, soul, all right? Lines, linear, time. And our feminine is, you know, like moon, internal, night. What do I feel like? What inspires me? My intuition. Right? Getting mad. That's feminine. That's emotion. So any and creativity, right? And curve, right? Women's bodies have curves. A male's physique is a little more, and not all, but for the most part. So, and like, right, so spirit comes from the moon, the dark side of the moon. Spirit's dark, and spirit's high. And the soul, right, like the soles of our feet, the soul is low, right? We get the sole of our foot pricked when we're born as the baby, and the doctor takes the blood from the sole of the foot. So isn't that putting a hole in our container? So right there, we got a drop of our blood. I'm going to finish reading the card in a minute. I know I'm going off again, but. So, and then we sign and give our baby a name, ourselves included. It was done to us too. So we sign, we give a capital, in capital letters. So then that's representing a state, a corporation. That's where your paper, your strong man starts. And then you get a social security number. So that number is attached to that capital, right? Your name in all caps, your license is in all caps, if you have one. So any of those governmental papers, anything with your governmental name is all caps. Why? Because it's representing a corporation. That's not the person you are. That's what they're betting off of, since they created money in China way long ago with the tariff of cloth, after they already gambled all this stuff that they weren't supposed to gamble in the first place. Why China in such big trouble now? And the oil wars need to stop, because the oil is the blood of the earth. That's the earth's DNA that everyone's fighting over. And it's not yours to fight over. It was never for humans, the liquid gold. That's not for humans. It's like, yo, tapping. Tongue in cheek. And just because everything's been reverse engineered this way for so long does not mean, oh, fuck it, hit the button, we're starting over. I don't know who, little pyramid planters. It's like you don't get to wipe the slate clean because you chose to be liars. Now you get to be on stage just like you wanted. They wanted to be so bad. That's why you gotta be careful when you're trying so hard to be somebody else. Careful what you wish for, you might just get it. So now it's they say the whole world's a stage, right? All the world is a stage. I'm aware of that, but I don't, it's I just kind of giggled about it. I don't allow but again, those that want to keep sneaking into cookie jars and stuff. I think they've been caught on camera or something. Shh, don't tell anybody though. All right, anyhow, let me stop being silly. Back to the 10 of Cups. So this is really beautiful. So okay, so the marriage is built upon a conscious union of two loving but separate partners. So thus they can enjoy a future which will withstand any challenges offered by life or by the gods. Which, who's gods? A god means the acronym is generator, operator, destroyer. So we're all generating thoughts and generating, well, first of all, we're generating energy. You're a vibrating being, so your blood is boiling up throughout your vessel. That's negative energy that takes to boil it, keep it running, right? So we're all gods. God spoke the universe into existence. So that's why there's a difference between like, oh yeah, that's it, and then we spit out the thought. Then when we're thinking, like, pay attention. When we're able to be that observer, we're observing the things that like come down, right? And then they swirl around. So that's when I keep my inside, I balance, I allow what's going on, right, outside the world, a little storm, I allow myself to observe it and feel it, but without letting it give me too much of a charge, not allowing it too much in that it's taking over or then running me. I don't want it to run my program or infiltrate my program. 744. Shut the fucking door. I'm just kidding. So learning to navigate through these moments, right? That's what we're learning. So be gentle with yourself and be gentle with others, because we are all gods and everyone is worthy and deserving, and everyone plays a part, has a part, is significant, is meaningful, deserves love, abundance in all forms. And right, the thing is, we're not all created equal. We're not. So just throw that out, because it's not true. We're all different. You know, how can we be, what's equal? You know, I could be really good at something one day and then I can flop it at the next. Or, you know, from one moment, like we're doing a workout or something, I could do really good and like right now my shoulders hurt, so I can't perform a lot of stuff that I can, like I could barely pour a cup of coffee right now. You know, but what I have to do is keep working it, which is what I've been doing. So I have to physical therapy myself, because otherwise it's going to get, right, it's going to seize up, you know, and that's happening right now, not because I didn't necessarily do anything to injure it. That it has to do, that's metaphysics, which so I'll do that in the next video. I'm going to do a specific video on body parts and emotions and metaphysics and connecting different. I'm going to start doing like a series with that, I think. So yeah, there's so much to, let's not say learn, because we're always learning, but there's so many tools that we have available right at our, right here, right now. Everything's here right now. So we're not going to get hit with something that we don't have the tool for. That's kind of what I'm saying. So don't forget that you have a pretty fucking amazing toolbox. And if you don't find the tool right away, it's okay. Know that you got backups, you know, because it always takes more than one. It's like it takes a team. So sometimes I may not have the tool, and that's okay. It's like, oh, maybe someone else has it. I need a little help. So don't forget to ask for help. even in your, say, alone moments, because sometimes that's what we're learning to do. Huge for me, right? Asking for help, speaking up, to know it's okay to say serve myself. You know, I'm worth that too. So it's not like I never thought I wasn't worthy. However, it's little subtle things like when someone says, what do you want to do? Or do you want to go eat? Or do you want to go do this? And it's like, oh no, I'm okay. Sometimes, again, without even thinking, that comes right out of my mouth. So, and it's like, why did I say that? You know, like, maybe I do want something. I answered so quick before I said no before I even really allowed myself to play with the idea, you know, if I actually may want to do something, or, you know, so I don't know if that made sense. I'm sure, you know, I'm sure it will to some, not to others, which is fine too. But, you know, again, I don't know if I said it, always take what resonates and leave the rest. That's with anything. If that's a tool to always keep on you, keep that tool on you. Oh, and I got knocky knocks. Time out. What was it? Hey.
Is that time?
I'm recording. I'm in the process.
Do you want to get something to eat?
You're so funny. I'm okay right now, but that's
you?
what I just said.
What?
I said, when people
What,
ask you, do you want something to eat? I'm just finishing video
Oh,
on
okay.
live feed.
All right.
But yeah, so yeah, but I just said that. I just said that.
No,
So
I was
people ask you.
going to ask you if you want something to eat. You know?
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Another time I will.
All right. Good.
All right.
All right. Talk to you later.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Later. So funny. So was a friend of mine asking me if I wanted something to eat. Can't make this shit up. And I said no. But I'm okay with that answer for now. So let's see. To get back to the 10 of Cups here. Probably should have said yeah. Just kidding. I got stuff I got to cook here, speaking of which. Okay, so, right, so, okay, so thus they can enjoy a future which will withstand any challenges offered by life or by the gods. So life throws us a bunch of challenges. And it's just, again, like, I don't know if I said it in this video or the last one, you know, it's like, what are you doing with the shit that's being flung at you? Because we're all getting shit flung at us. We're in a shit storm. So shit's flying. And it can be emotional. We can feel hurt. You know, it's not, this is an emotional, spiritual, mental war, right? And it's war within inside the self, really. And then we gotta be careful that we don't bring it out to others. You know, again, I'm even talking about where now it's like, really repeat of Pearl Harbor idiots. Like, just stop trying to take the oil and stop trying to take ancient esoteric technology and stuff that don't belong to you and pretend that somebody else took something from you. And it's like, yo, just stop. Just enough. Like, everybody should be focusing on clearing their own shit show right now. Not trying to start another one. It's like, I think y'all have flung enough shit, you know? It's like you're all covered in like diarrhea out there, you ones that are participating in. So it's like, don't you want to clean yourself off? You smell. Anyway, so let's see. So that psyche is raised to immortal status, implies that her love for Eros now encompasses not only a personal, sensual dimension, but a spiritual one as well. That's what I was just saying. Right? So yeah, personal, dimensional, spiritual, sensual, all. Eros has been humanized by Psyche's love. He no longer needs to hide his face from her sight. This story is so personal to me. Psyche, on the other hand, anyone else relating? And you know what? Let me just say, it's on page 110 and 111. Whatever. I should probably start the whole thing over because I've stopped and started again. I don't know how many times, and it's only a little bit. The Ten of Cups represents a state of permanence and ongoing contentment. The ecstasy of the reunion of the lovers in the Nine of Cups has not dissipated, unlike the celebration of the three and to the discontent of the four. Right? The Four Cup shows like he's being offered a cup and he's like not looking. I'm not looking. I've lost everything. I don't have anything. Anybody feeling like that or dealing with people that are presenting that type of behavior? Please smoke for me. I like my blunts, and I have this rolly thing, and these just burn my hair. That ain't even right. All right. What's not right is I'm not reading this again. Okay. The Ten of... So the Four. For this marriage is built upon a conscious union of two loving but separate partners. Thus they can enjoy a future which will withstand any challenges offered by life or by the gods. That Psyche is raised to immortal status implies that her love for Eros now encompasses not only a personal, sensual dimension, but a spiritual one as well. Eros has been humanized by Psyche's love. He no longer needs to hide his face from her sight. Psyche, on the other hand, experiences that sense of connectedness with the divine, which deep love can sometimes bring. It is sometimes said that loving another person opens the heart to loving life itself. Life has meaning and purpose, and a larger, brighter world appears before one's vision. Plato once wrote that when we look into the face of the beloved, we see there the reflection of the God to whose choir we once belonged. Oh, that is so sweet. It is as though love, when it has passed through many tests and been built upon honesty and humility, connects us with our souls and with a feeling of permanence, meaning, and rightness in life. This is the promise inherent in the Ace of Cups, which culminates in the 10. Sorry, I'm holding it down. Not every relationship can achieve it, and no relationship can achieve it all the time, like I was saying before. Yeah, so that's an expectation that's not realistic. It's not going to always be just like that. And you may not always be with that person. So always cherish your moments. That's why it's so important to stay present. The memories are the things that we make with one another that solidify into the crystal grid and the Akashics and creates everything we see and are today. Love is what creates that. And we need the negative too, because the negative feeds off of we need both to support one another. We would have no foundation if it wasn't for the negative. So it's to be appreciative for when we understand, have a more comprehension of how things operate, because it's all, again, as above, so below, or so within, so without, as above, so below. So where's the way you can find a relate? Okay. Because that's where the connection occurs, and then the weight gets lifted. So we're not getting, dragged around like a horse and buggy or bumper car, not attached to it. You're not getting a fish on a hook. You're not getting pulled around, tugged and pulled. You have more freedom to float and swim because they know you're safe, because you have awareness to navigate. You're not running around causing electrical shortages and zooming through quantum fields and harming others that you're unaware of. When we're and guilty too. We all are. So it's just becoming a little more aware of all of our abilities, because we harm without knowing it, and we're learning our different, cause and effects. I think a lot of us being younger, whether twin flame or warrior, whatever you want to call us, right? Fallen, we're well, I know I was scared. I got scared of myself when I was younger. There was things that scared the shit out of me, of myself. And not necessarily things I saw. There would be that too. But literally stuff with myself that if I couldn't control my temper and my anger, or and I noticed, like, when I was young, I blacked out when I got mad and was able to punch holes through walls that I and other things, and I didn't, and that scared the shit out of me. I didn't really get hurt. I'd have things fall on me or other things, and I didn't, not that I do get hurt, but but I didn't really kind of not. The duality thing is real twisty there. So, again, this has all been a learning experience. That's what Earth is. Earth is a learning. It's the Earth school of learning who we are. We're learning we've been growing in our little shell, and now it's the seeds are ready to hatch. So now it's we're cracking out of our little eggshells, our fragile eggshell minds. So fish egg, dragon egg, Easter egg, whatever egg, human egg, you're coming out of your egg shell. Caterpillar to butterfly. What else transforms? It's just death, rebirth cycle, right? So, be gentle with yourself. Don't look at death as being shot in the head, or being stabbed, or dying a physical, painful death, or, once you get that vision out of your head too, because again, that was placed there. Why? Because we did the reincarnation cycle for how long? But now we're coming out of that. So now get your swimming gear on and jump in the waters, because all the waters are good. But discernment of when you should or shouldn't be in someone else's or around someone else's waters. Yeah, capiche. So that's our responsibilities. It's learning. It's oh, am I supposed to go now? Should I be there now? Or am I supposed to just kind of be home? Feel those feelings, Sometimes we may up here want to go do something, but here is maybe it's just not the right time. Is the cake ready to open the door to take out of the oven? If it ain't, don't open the door, because you make the cake drop. And don't open the rice, because if the rice ain't done cooking, and you open the pot and you change all the stuff in it and you make it all fucked up. You mess with the elements, you mess with the chemistry, and it changes the product. And we're all water. This is so tricky and annoying. We're all water. That's why my little jointy joint keeps going out. So this video is getting a little long. It's already an hour and a half. I need to go get myself a proper thing to smoke so I'm not wasting my last little bit of medicinal. Well, I don't want no card or nothing, but marijuana is very medicinal. It's extremely very good for the body, especially if you're the children of Cain. It was created from Canis Minor and Major for the children of Cain. This is horrific. But it opens the pathways in the brain, and it stays in the body for 30 days for a reason, not like, oh, it stays in your body. It stays in your body for 30 days because it's continuing to work and do what it needs to do. It's still doing its job. And you don't have side effects like as if you take a pill. What's on the front of this little stupid paper today, USA Today? Yeah, doctors' opiate fears keep patients in pain. Now the doctors are in fear because now they're the fucking drug dealers. The quacks. Oh, take this or that. It's a maintenance program. I was just speaking to someone the other day talking to me about maintenance. It's like, yo, if you want to be on a maintenance program, and I'm not trying to be sarcastic and rude right now, but then you don't belong here. This ain't about maintaining. This is about thriving, flourishing, and people that don't want us to do that are ones that have decided to step all over us and take from us already. So they're just still trying to hang on to and maintain whatever it is that they've, been maintaining up until this point in time. Which, again, complete love. However, now there's no more, it's transparency. So it's like, oh, everything's out the bag. It's not maintaining. Now there's no hiding so that we can get information first before somebody else, and then they're going to claim it and call it this. That's old, and that's patriarchal capitalism, and it's bullshit. It's if it's good for, I'm not going to share that or whatever. That's a bunch of bullshit. That just makes you an asshole if you don't want to share. And it doesn't mean go out and we're not everything. But again, discernment when there's a difference between ignorance and willful ignorance completely. So when people try to play on other people's empathy and love and hearts are that ain't flying no more. Because as nice as we are, we still are. And we're still full of. Because that's the thing that they throw at us before, right? Oh, I thought you were I thought you're. No, we are. But we also stand up for ourselves and don't take no motherfucking shit. We're here to help, and we love sharing. But we're not here. It doesn't help me if I cut my arm off and give it to you after you already cut yours off. What, you're asking me to cut mine off? But you that's like, yo, I love you, but no. Absolutely not. So I guess, yeah, you know, there's so many different, things that are being revealed right now and coming up, right, coming up, getting vomited out of the abyss, and showing their faces. Like I said, the whole world's a stage, so there's about to be lots of stages lit up. Oh, and it's about to be 4th of July and the eclipse. That's so fucking cool. And it's 8:08. And actually tomorrow, July 2nd, is actually, I think, it's the real day, the original day that the Day of Independence, that the Constitution was. It's not really 4th of July, and I can't speak knowledgeably on the whole thing because I don't remember, but and I'm bicentennial, baby. Whatever that means. 1976 and 1776 is when that was signed, right? So whatever. But I know July 2nd, and half them weren't even there to sign the fucking thing that day anyhow, because just like, before they go to court, before they sit behind their little benchy bench with their mercurial black robe, which I'm not making fun of you guys either. Let me just give a mad respect, because you know what? When you have to be a judge, and there's a lot of people coming in and out of your in the beginning, most people decide to do a job because they want justice. They want to be like a doctor, or they're trying to help. So it's not like all those things are bad. It's just, again, intention. We got to be careful when you're in a position of, say, authority or leadership. You got to be very careful what you're feeding to the people. Knowing that none of us can clean. Okay, feelings and emotions are no one's. They don't belong to anyone. So that's the 0.5. Ready? 5 fingers on one hand. So 0.5% left foot energy, negative energy, come up my left foot and out into my right hand. So and that's only 1 cent, because it's 0.5 and 0.5. So that's emotions and thoughts that don't belong to anybody. That's just a natural process. Like if you hiccup or burp or have to go to the bathroom or whatever, it's like the pyramids. So it's an ongoing generator, right? You're a God, generator, operator, destroyer. So just like the pyramid, here's the top of the pyramid. Look, just say, okay, top of the pyramid, and then underneath, as above, so below. Right, the Queen's chamber is on the bottom, the receive, and then the top. So it's the same. It's like a big, and they're set up all over the whole earth. And then there's it's out in the sky. So everything connected. This is all for the balance of the solar system and to create ongoing energy for this planet to exist. So we want to say, I guess maybe it's like is terraformed and nature and flat and round, and because depending on what angle you're coming from, it's gonna look a different way, right? Angles of perception. So we're all coming from different angles, and we're all some from the inside out. Okay, so all that are here are, everyone is home. And it's like a snow globe. So where's deep space? As above, so below. Deep space is within. It's where the dark is. So sorry, I can't really see that. So outer space is anything outside of the physical vessel. lordy lord. Knocking shit over. Deep space is within. Anything outside the body is outer space. And there's a lot more space. There's only, what is it, 3%, right? Physical material compared to the amount of space that there is. So, and it's when we're more conscious, right? Being a conscious consumer, consciously aware, like even, right, they're starting to not give bags at the stores anymore. Especially here, I'm so happy now, like no more plastic. So it's like, so you got to bring a bag with you when you go to the store, right? And isn't that good? Only get what you need. You don't have to go leaving with bags and bags every time you go. And then what? How much of that food do you throw out or clothes sits there? Or whatever. It's like, what do you really use on a daily basis? What do you need? And that's going to fluctuate now even more so because our bodies are changing so rapidly. So things that we used to eat, it's like our bodies don't really want that anymore. Alcohol, I know, like not all people, but a lot of that I know don't really like to drink or eat like anymore. Yeah, to some, sure. And once in a blue moon I will too. I drank a beer yesterday. Once in a blue moon I'll have like a beer or a glass of wine, but not really. And hard alcohol is spirits. So, I'll throw one at you. They talk about like drinking demon blood. Well, you can qualify most definitely. That is a version, right? The word version, multiverse version of drinking demon blood is drinking spirits. Alcohol. It's, created by a man. Alchemy, chemistry. Wines are created from grapes and fermented. And so like a glass of wine here and there, or, beer, yeast taps, but, have a beer here and there. But alcohol does nothing good for you. You drink one and 7 more enter. And AA, or Alcoholics Anonymous, Archangels, 12 and 12, 144. That's a spiritual disease. Addiction is a spiritual disease. So after we're emotionally or mentally broken, that's when, because it's like been taking it. And then once we can't give that energy, then people are like, oh, F you anyway. And then we're made up to be pieces of shit. So then what? Right? Or other people do other things, So, and I've experienced alcoholism on many angles, myself personally, and then, my family, it runs through, the different branches on both sides. So there's many experiences that I've encountered and had, and seen my way through. And so it's not like, there's never an on, but the awareness I have, and and I'm very in tune with my body now at this point. So where I am compared to, so I wouldn't say, because some people, if you're in AA and doing that program, please, I'm not here to impose on anyone's, say, sobriety program, etc. I can only share my knowledge, experience, and, strength and hope, and, mine's fluctuated throughout time, what I've gone through and where I am now as a being and a person, and what have you. So, I'll have to get into that more deep on another, because that's a big one too. I have to do a video on being spiritually broken and alcoholism and demonizing the alcoholic, but yet the government and etc. has a bar and a fucking liquor store and an ATM. Gotta have one of them on every corner too, right? So, you know, to be like, here, little kid, don't you want some candy? It's like, you know, who we tell our kids to stay away from. Stay away from a person that comes up to you and says they have a dog or a cat, or will you help them? Or, right, I have some candy. No, you stay away. No. Right? So it's the same with adults. But did you guys forget that rule maybe? You know, just because you're not being offered, you know, a mini Mounds or Snickers bar doesn't mean it's not the same old trick dressed up in a more to your preference wrapper. Just like when you're online, when you post, you know, it's like your commercials that come on YouTube or your videos that pop up, they're to your liking due to what? Oh, that ear. Due to the algorithms, etc. You know, because the things that we click on, and so then it's like, oh, and it starts to, right, like attracts like, so it's law of attraction. So that works. You see it like that. Now, right? How does a Bluetooth work? You know, for your computer, or your phone, you know, and even go into that, right? The Apple. Well, we can go, that's the big one. Well, what's up with the Apple? You know, if it was like a real apple that was such a sin, I think that like it would be like, you know, don't eat apples. We certainly wouldn't be having apple pie for their celebratory Thanksgiving and Christmas holidays and such. Right? And I was thinking of breaking that word down the other day too, like app, right? App, like apps for your phone, app, and L. The app of God. Isn't that interesting? Throwing that at you gently. Did you catch it? And Windows, right? ME is another, again, program part, because you know, we are like a computer. Right? And they were fighting, oh, you made this program, IBM, guess Apple, whatever. Nobody, no, yo, collective conscience, let me just say, everything's swirling around. Ain't nobody can claim, like, when people claim copyright and all that, too. It's like, yeah, you wrote, like, listen, when we write our words for our music and what have you, it sucks when other people bite and take our shit and say it's theirs. That's, yeah, see, that's like what I'm dealing with all those, right? We're dealing with all these copycats now. That's why we're in this situation. Cloners. But at the same time, it's like the world, that's what doesn't belong to anyone. So the thoughts and the feelings, yet again, that's what's whirling around. The world whirling around. So it's what we allow in, right? And then again, our internal feminine, that's where like it grows up from the inside, right? Our souls, the tree life from the inside out. So there's a difference where we're getting our information from, and then how we're grabbing it, collecting it, gathering it, applying it and then dishing it out, right? Like a satellite dish. So that looks sorry, I had to. Austin Powers. So that's the responsibility of becoming, right, Buddha-ish, or a ascended master, or which no claiming. This is just what we're all doing, and you all are, and this is what we all are. Yeah. So there's no, and always student teacher at the same time. Always. And again, sometimes the wave hit one of us may be up and the other down, and then whoop, and then we get knocked down and the other up. So it's like never. The only thing that's constant is change. Energy is always in motion. Nothing ever completely never dies. Nothing ever completely dies. It gets reborn, regenerated, transmuted into its next phase. But it doesn't mean it needs to be Buddha before that occurs. That's a choice. If you are not going to take care of yourself, and because the information is here available. There's nothing being hidden. It is full disclosure. So that just depends on if the person, if we as people are running in that energy to go get it, or feeling lack, or that we're not going to have them, or in fear. If you're in that vibration, if that's the energy code that you're running off of right now, slow down. Because it gets scary, you know, change and shift is always scary. Always. But it's also always a constant. It's just, if you're allowing whatever is coming into your mind to stay there, then you're not, right? You got to remove the splinter. It's okay. If you need it, it's going to be right there. You can bring it right back. Otherwise, let it go. You know, that's the only way I'm going to say out. You have to let it go. Whatever it, right? Like the big scary clown. Whatever it, see rabbit ears? Rabbit's the devil. Always running around fucking creating a bunch of other fucking rabbits. Bloodline of freaking David. and then what? So anyhow, I'm just being a little silly. But so the rabbits, the rabbits, so rabbit ears in quotes, meaning like, okay, because careful, because those are contract words, or like pitfalls, rabbit ears. So when I use the rabbit ears, it's like I'm being sarcastic, in quotes, in big bold letters, like ding, 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 putting those out there bold. So I have some sarcasm playing around. So, I needed just a mental wolf for a sec. So when what was I talking about? The rabbits. Oh, brother. See what I do. C2, look at, I'm going to acknowledge my, right when we get silly, sarcastic, or like start talking shit, It knocks us off of our train track, off of our thought process, or our, off of our track. So I'm aware of that. Like when I, and I do it playfully, like it, but again, that was a good example too, like, as to how it occurs, because that does happen. Like, it's like when we get out of, and we just start going off the handle, off of an emotion, right? Or a thought comes, wing, and then we're like, right? And then the emotion comes, and then we go, we're flying off the handle, right? Acting like a biatch, and panties all in a bunch and shit, and then we forget what we're doing or where we were going. Or you ever get real mad, like even driving, and then you gotta stop at a red light, and then you're like, I've done it. Or like, it's embarrassing when we act like assholes. Who likes to be an asshole? It's like, yo, that shit sucks. It's like, we're all like, yeah, we all feel tough when we're all mad, but then it's like, and it's embarrassing after. It's like, oh yeah, I did that. So we all do it. We all act like assholes. We all throw shit. We all get shit thrown at us. It's like, just how are we dealing with our shit? How you swimming in that shit? And shit ain't so fun to swim in. I'd much rather be swimming in water. Clean water. We gotta clean up our oceans, the coral reef, the earth. Everybody do a little. Your brothers and sisters, help somebody. Be there, listen. My friend that just asked me if I wanted to eat, I think it was more about he wanted to probably have a talk, conversate. So I'm gonna give him a call after and be like, hey, what's up, yo? All right? Maybe we can grab something to eat another day this week. Yeah. Because it's important to connect with people, and all it takes sometimes is just that. Sometimes maybe somebody asks us to do something, and that's not really what they want, right? Again, we have a hard time asking for what we want. So, or we feel like we have to offer so much more rather than just like, yo, could we talk for a minute? I need the sounding board, or I just need to get some, we have to be careful with who we share that stuff with too, because allow yourself, right? Due time, like court words legally, is due time for processing. Allow yourself due time for processing. We could say that together. I allow myself time and space for due processing of my emotions and my thoughts. And I'm going to give that same respect to others. That's how treat others how you would like to be treated. Allowance of time and space for due processing of self and others. We're all getting hit with different stuff. Sometimes we're just so, I had to do it and did it. Do you want to do it? You want to answer from somebody right away. Well, hold up. Do you have be respectful? Which again, guilty. I come at people quick and can definitely probably appear really rude and really well, I'm definitely sarcastic. But, I can come seeming very, very insensitive then, which and then it's like, I'm so not. It's like when I do that, I'm like, it hurts. So, but I do it all the time. Guilty, 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 guilty. Big blabbermouth. So, but I don't call people names. I don't gossip. You know, I don't. That's what I was saying before. Allowing time and space for due processing before I go blabbing and yapping I don't really do that. And I don't like call people on the phone and talk about my personal, like, what do you think I should do about this or that too much, probably because of who I am and what I've, I think I've just not then, but I do share with people, and when it is the right time, or when I do, well, I'm getting better at it. I'll say I'm a work in progress there. Because it's very hard. It's easy for me to speak about myself, which I was told a long time ago, in third person, but to come from that place and again ask for what I need or what I want from that deep point is very hard for me. It really, really is. So that's something I acknowledge and that I'm aware of, and that it's like I have to be patient with myself and hope that those that love me will also have that patience, because it's not easy for me to speak up from as much as I can blah, 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 and that's very, very hard. It's much easier for me to say no, I'm fine, and say, oh, I should have said yes after, or if someone asks me if they can help, say no, I got it. I'm better at that now, saying, yeah, I could totally use your help. Before, or earlier in my life especially, I would have said no. We all have our different, and everyone has different levels of fear or different things set, and that can be generally it's a word coming from, right, someone like, yo, there's maybe something we have to look at. We don't want two stories about that too, though. Narcissist isn't necessarily such a narcissist. Again, everybody's world is different. So how he didn't have to look down that whole time. That's where he had to look. He was looking through. Maybe he wasn't looking at himself. He's able to see with different eyes. So he can see through that water into the other world. Just maybe. But because others are on the outside judging, they want to point finger, right? But why would he come back up why would he come back this way when he's looking down? He's obviously about to dive in. But he had to wait for the right time. So many stories have gotten misconstrued and pulled out of context, and like due to jealousy and envy, and because misery loves company just as much as the rest of us. So sometimes our perception is what's twisted, not what we think we're looking at, which is really important to acknowledge in a lot of different areas right now. Here. So, okay. I still didn't finish reading this. I'm going to read the last little bit of it. So it is sometimes said that loving person opens the heart to loving life itself. Life has meaning and purpose, and a larger, brighter world appears before one's vision. Plato once wrote that when we look into the face of the beloved, we see there the reflection of the God to whose choir we once belonged. It is as though love, when it has passed through many tests and been built upon honesty and humility, connects us with our souls and with a feeling of permanence, meaning, and rightness in life. This is the promise inherent in the Ace of Cups, which culminates in the 10. I did finish reading this. Not every relationship can achieve it, and no relationship can achieve it all the time. Yet, we humans seem to go on trying. And that is the one thing, right? Not the one thing, but about being human is the drive and the dedication to never, ever quit. So that is something instilled in all of us that, all aspects of ourself are fucking awesome and amazing, including the human parts. Completely. I love my human body. I love being able to have hair, move, have ability to hug somebody. That's what makes us human. We're able to share all these gifts. And that's the physical part. We have 8 senses right off the top, not just 5. And to only live off the 5 senses, you're limiting, which you don't anyhow. You live off of the rest of it. You're just not aware. It's just tapping in, right? It's like, oh, I didn't know my computer could do all these other things, right? So same with you, with yourself, same with me, same with us. We have all these other abilities that we haven't tapped into yet, because we've had the God app running, the app of L. That L app has been running in the background and coming through all firewalls, right? That one can't get a virus. Weird, right? And then as soon as you hit accept to like whatever thing, then you have all these attachments and third parties also watching you and taking statistics on your GPS location, where you go, what you do, what you're looking at, what you're looking up on your computer, what you're thinking while you're staring at it. So if we're not aware that what you're watching is also watching you, so our consciousness is being downloaded constantly onto other things. Okay, a crystal holds RAM, memory, information. Our computer is built with crystal, little tiny piece of quartz, right? Same with the phones and what have you. Anything that operates in that fashion, we think big crystals. Atlantis. So when people mess with things because they want CERN, wars. Why would we be at any war? Except that somebody wants something that doesn't belong to them. So they went back and said, you're not going to give it to me. And another said, yeah, let's go get it. So then they come and say on the news, these people over here have done blah, 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 XYZ. It's called the pyramid of fucking power, or the devil's triangle, or the shape-shifting freaking circus. So they got to create a story that's lies mixed with truth, or let me say truth mixed with some bullshit. It has to be believable in some way, or not just believable, but just enough to at least distract you so then they can finish doing what they're doing. And then by that time, we're on to something else. And then, oh, we forgot. And then they get to just keep floating and sail right on by. No, motherfuckers. Going back to what I was saying before with the sole of your foot and the social security number and your name in capital letters being the corporation you're representing, your straw man, your paper trail, paper doll collection, not you. Accepting that's what you're digesting and running your program off of. So I think 2 hours and 15 minutes is on a divinatory level. The Ten of Cups augurs ongoing contentment and permanence in the realm of the heart. Such a good card that we got. And just on the bad, take a look at why you think it's bad. You know, it may not be awesome to do too much of something or there may be an extreme level of it that, yeah, but bring it up into different, right? Let it dance a little so that you have a few more